Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to Final Fantasy, where last time we've reached the Flying Fortress, having progressed through the, the Mirage Tower. So, here we are. We're on our way to fight Tiamat, the last of the four fiends. But before that, we have a large and confusing dungeon to get through. With lots of enemies, of course. But I think we're in a good position right now. As you can see, we're pretty much ripping through everything that comes our way. And we're at a stage where we're starting to get what were mini-bosses showing up as normal enemies. As is RPG tradition. Now, there's a bunch of cool treasures in this place. I'm going to explore pretty thoroughly just to make sure that we don't miss anything. So this may take a little while. But I think you're probably used to that by now, aren't you? Let's heal up a little bit. Treasure! Gil. More Gil. Fight. Not a fight to worry about. A potion. And some Gil. Okay, remember what I was saying about good treasures? Well, they're somewhere else. So what I'm specifically looking for, there are, I think, the best armor for both the black and the white mage are in here somewhere. I think. There's definitely one of those in here. So it would obviously be very good to get hold of those. Because once we're fully equipped, we can pretty much sail on for the rest of the game without having to worry too much. Because we've got all our spells. We've got decent equipment. We can gain a few more levels, but we're in a good position at the minute. It should be pretty smooth sailing. There's just one thing I can think of that might pose a difficulty later on. And it's an optional thing. But it's a thing that you don't know if you're going to come across. People who know Final Fantasy will know what I'm talking about. But I suspect we're probably in a position to be able to deal with it already. But we'll see when we come to it. So, the plan is to take care of this place today. That's a teleporter up to the next level, I think, so we don't want to go there yet. So yeah, the plan for today is to take care of this place and Tiamat. And then from there, we've got 4 of the bonus dungeons to do. Plus the Labyrinth of Time, excuse my phone. Someone always sends me a notification while I'm recording stuff. I mean, I could turn the sound off, but that relies on me remembering to do that. Yeah, so we got 4 bonus dungeons to do. The Soul of Chaos dungeons. And then we've got the Labyrinth of Time, which was new for the PSP version. Which I still can't remember how you get to. But yeah, that will be the last thing we do before we go and do the final dungeon and beat the game. So there's probably, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 more episodes in this. Gil. Fight. Very high encounter rate here. Oh, disappointing. We do need the better spells. More gil. Protect ring. We've already got loads of those. More gil. And healing helm. It's not as good as what we've got. It does cast heal, which is quite useful. Oh, I've got 2 of them already. So I already had one of those and decided not to wear it. Well, now I have 2. Can anyone else wear that? I somehow doubt it, but... Nope, and why would they want to with the equipment they've got already? Alright, that's the first floor taken care of. I think, anyway. We did go down, didn't we? Pretty sure we went down. Oh, you know what? I'm going to be paranoid now. I know it's going to take like 5 fights to get there at this rate, but I'm going to check just in case. Level up for Tom. Very nice. I suspect some of these fights are predefined encounters in here, as they seem to be cropping up at fairly predictable places. But yeah, as I mentioned in the previous episode, this section here, this is the sort of earliest example of Final Fantasy doing the combination of sci-fi and fantasy that it's very well known for today. So in past episodes we've already seen the robot who came from here. And as we progress through this dungeon, we'll start seeing enemies like mechs and security robots and that sort of thing as well. So the people who used to live here are the obligatory extinct mysterious race whose technology was considerably more advanced than the rest of the world. We've seen their descendants in the form of the Lufenians. Oh, I hadn't been here. Razor. What might that be? It's a not very good sword. Ooh, Sunblade. Well, I think I decided not to use that, didn't I? Because the accuracy was lower. Does that matter? No, I'm going to stick with the Defender. Can anyone else use that razor? I doubt it very much somehow. You can't, obviously. No. And no. This is a funny thing with this game. You seem to find really good equipment quite early. And then that means a lot of the stuff you find later isn't particularly useful. I guess the reason for that is to cater to those who aren't playing with this party lineup. So if you imagine trying to run through the game with like 2 or more knights, for example, you'll obviously need good swords for all of them. And because there's only one of certain types of sword in the game, yeah, that's when you have to start making some interesting decisions about who gets what. But then, equally, you could run through the game with 4 masters and not have to worry about any equipment whatsoever. You would get through a hell of a lot of consumable items, though. And you'd have great fun on the few occasions when you met enemies with physical resistance. Right, second floor. Onward. This floor's sort of an asterisk shape, I think. Yeah, you can blink all you want, but Sam will still punch you in the face 10 times. I should probably check what some of these things are weak against. I feel like Blizzard would be something a Manticore would be weak against, but I have nothing to base that on. Well, it does the job. What have we here? More treasure. A cottage. A mithril helm. I think that's pretty crap, isn't it? It's not super crap, but it's as good as the healing helm, but without the special ability. So that's not particularly useful for our purposes. But again, if you're rolling with a non-conventional party lineup, that might have been quite useful. What have we here? 880 gil and a fight. Who would have thought it? $13,000 gil, all this money, and absolutely nothing to spend it on anymore. Apart from consumables. I will be getting through a fair amount of consumables, I'm sure. Particularly in those bonus dungeons, because the later ones of those are pretty long. So we've already seen the Earth Gift Shrine once, and that was, I think, 5 floors? Or was it 10? I can't remember. But they sort of get exponentially... What's this? You obtain adamantite! Well, you may remember what we need to use that for. If you can't remember what we need to use that for, we need to take it to the dwarves. And they will make us a fancy weapon with it. Which I think is the warrior's best weapon. So we'll have to remember to go and do that once we're done here. Alright, what have we got down here? Aside from more enemies. Many enemies. Many, many enemies. Many, 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 many enemies. But more treasure. Ah, black robe. That's one. And the white robe. Oh, they're both together. I thought they were in different places for some reason. Alright, so you can have this. A robe that casts Invisivora when used. Now, it's quite a bit worse in terms of defense. Oh. Well, you can definitely have that, because that's good. But that diamond armlet... you know what? I'll keep the diamond armlet. I'll keep the diamond armlet. Because it's just better. It's only the crap I spell, though. Again, I think with how easy it is to keep your magic charged in this, I think it might... It's only a difference of 1 evasion, but, you know, I think it might just be better just to have the additional defensive strength. So, like, if we were extremely limited on the spells that we were able to cast, then, yeah, maybe these usable items might have been handy. But as it stands, I've got so many ethers in my pocket that it's just not really an issue. One may call that a balancing issue. I guess it kind of is, but... You know, it provides you with some options. And again, it sort of caters to those people who are running with non-standard party lineups. So if you're running with multiple white mages or multiple black mages or something like that, you might not have enough of those diamond armlets and diamond... Ooh, another ribbon. You can have that. Yeah, you might not have enough of the sort of mage armor to go round. And so again, you'd have to decide who gets what. So yeah, I'm increasingly starting to see why people don't go with the standard party lineup. So I've played through Final Fantasy 1 3 or 4 times now, I think. And I've pretty much always gone for warrior, thief or monk, white mage, black mage. Because that's a reliable combo. I know you can finish the game with that. At some point I should probably try doing like a run with a weird lineup of classes, because I think that'd be quite interesting. But, well, we're this deep now, so... Hold on. Oh, no. No, nothing down there. Just checking. Right, now where? Up here? Treasure! Probably useless treasure. Potion, thank you. 9,000 gil. And another protect ring. It's a shame we're at a point where sort of treasure isn't especially exciting anymore, because we've already got really good stuff. Still, it's still worth seeking out on the off chance that we find something cool. Because I absolutely cannot remember what you can get in here. What is going on over here? Another room? More gil. Gold needle. Gold needle recovers you from stone. Sasuke's blade. I suspect that's a ninja weapon. Yep, no one can use that. So you would need the thief upgraded to the ninja in order to wield that. But we do not have a ninja, so we cannot use that. But that's okay. Because, well, look. This place isn't as confusing as I remember. I think the Sunken Shrine has been the most confusing dungeon so far. This has been relatively straightforward so far. Analyzing Tiamat, no known weakness. Analyzing Tiamat, no known weakness. I know her weakness. It's being stabbed repeatedly. Alright, anything over here? The robot friend there. From this observation window, you can look out on the entire world. The observation window looks out upon the world. The four forces of fire, earth, water and wind appear as a mist converging on a single point. A point at the center of the four altars. This must be the location of the Chaos Shrine. It's a clue, ladies and gentlemen. That tells you where you need to go after you've done this place. And that's the final dungeon. But like I say, we're not going to do that just yet. At least partly because we've got to do this place first. Cease with your fire one. Nice. Lots more treasure that I probably don't need. It's a robot. Kill it. Ooh. I forgot they were a little bit tougher than the other enemies you encounter around here. Let's just heal up a little bit. Protect cloak. Clothes. Gil. And golden needle. Who can wear a protect cloak? No. 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 Maybe it's not a... Oh, it's a shield. Interesting. A large cloak worn over armour. No, he can't wear it. Okay, I'm going to give it to Tom. It puts his evasion down slightly, but it does put his defense up quite a bit. And that's good for your white mage. See, there is still some good stuff here. Need to charge Tim up in a bit. Slight overkill now, but never mind. Right, where was that teleporter? I think it was sort of in the northwest corner, wasn't it? What level are we at? 45. Gonna hit 50 before long. Definitely before the end of the game. Like I said before, I can't remember if you cap at 50 in this version. I'm pretty sure you did in the NES version. But because there's so much extra stuff in this, I have a feeling that they lifted that cap. Oh god, Tim's got one magic point left. Time to chug some ethers. Glug 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 glug. Delicious. Oh, this is one of those annoying wraparound levels, isn't it? Mind flares. Oh no. You can have some Faraga. Stop that. At least they're not doing anything other than that. Kill him, Tim. Well, almost. That'll do. I really don't remember how this floor works. Weak against lightning, very nice. So there must be some sort of... Must be something that gives you a clue as to which way you're supposed to go. But I'm not seeing it. Nice bit of shielding, Pierre. Good work. I always get confused with, like, certain elemental things in games that where your spells don't match the elements of stuff that appear. So, like, in a game where you have fire, ice, and lightning, what is the opposite of air? What would air be weak against? Let's have a look, shall we? Air elemental. Air elementals are weak against nothing. And stronger against everything. Okay. We should only have 55% of the monsters. That's interesting. Especially considering how close to the end of the game we are. Oh god, what do you do here? I don't remember. Right, there's the start point. Up. Just keep going up. See what happens. I'm determined not to look at a walkthrough. Because looking at walkthroughs kind of sucks. Guess we wouldn't have had them back in the day, you know. Right, just keep going up. Keep going. Right, and that brings us back around to here. So it's not on that vertical axis. So if we go over to the right by one. Vampire Lord, you say? You can have some fiery death. Nice. Alright, so now we go up from here. I should have probably counted how many it was, wasn't it? I think it was 4. In fact, I should have definitely counted how many that was. So you're going to have to bear with me a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Right, let's go back this way. There's the teleporter. So, up 1. Up 2. We're on 2. Oh my god. So many enemies. Know what this calls for. This calls for a bit of holy, combined with a bit of Thundaga. Love that effect. So cool. Not quite enough, sadly. 997. Jesus Christ. I think Sam is going to be the first one to break 1,000 damage. Right. Oh! Make it stop. Three. And 4. Right, I was right. So we could have not done that at all. Still, I just wanted to make sure. Because, you know... Why not? Overkill? Perhaps. But I don't care. Right, so over to the right. And here's our starting point. So we go. Nice. Good job, Tom. 1. Two. Three. And 4. So not there. Alright, this one. It's going to be a test of endurance, this floor, isn't it? Alright. 1. 2. Oh, whoops. Oh, there we go. It was easier than I was expecting. I have a strange feeling that this floor is where we can encounter something incredibly dangerous if we're not careful. So I'm just going to heal up. And also charge up both Tim and Tom. And I'm gonna save. Just in case. Alright, wish me luck! Uh-oh. Oof. For those of you who aren't familiar, There's a secret enemy in this game called Warmech. I think it's in this version. It was definitely in the NES version. And the NES version, due to the various sort of limitations that were placed on you, it was an absolute nightmare to defeat. In this version, I suspect it's considerably easier. Oh, there's a boss. Let's see if we can find Warmech. Why not? I'm gonna run up and down here a bit. Nope. That's just a poxy old air elemental. I'm actually curious to see if it's in this one now. And how tough it is. So it was a very, very tiny chance of actually encountering it in the NES version. So I suspect if it's going to show up here... Ooh. You're new. Oh no, I think we've seen you before, actually. So if it's going to show up here, it's going to be a very slim chance anyway. So we'll just run back and forth a couple of times, and if we run into it, we'll have a go. And if we haven't found it after a couple of tries, then we'll just move on. But it would be nice to try and fight it. Don't mean to keep hitting that teleporter. Nope. Alright, I say sod it for now then. Just to save you a bit of time and sanity. And to save me a bit of time and sanity as well. Yeah, let's just go fight Tiamat. I was half expecting that to be Warmech then. Nice. Alright. The Lich, Marilith, the Kraken, however you pronounce it. You have defeated 3 fiends and reached my lofty perch. Whoop. More the better. May the image of Tiamat, the fiend of wind, be the last to burn into your eyes. Oh my god, the boss! Help! Well, we know what to do. Standard procedure applies. Should have probably done Null Thunder. Well, that'll do. Null Thunder? Null. Oh, no. Null Shock. Not Null Thunder. Right. And haste on Pierre. 24 hits. gloriously ridiculous. Alright, you can crack on with a bit of holy now. And you can continue with a bit of tempering. This Pierre definitely needs it. Keep it coming, lads. Nice. Nope, done. It's always like right after we finish the buffing process, just the next hit takes him down. Every time. Every time. Well, better safe than sorry and all that. It's the last crystal. Whoop. Yay! Woo! And that opens the last of the secret dungeons. Okay, I think we're done here. Let's check there isn't anything. This is where Warmech shows up now, isn't it? Just making sure there's nothing else to grab up here. I'll have one more fight and see if Warmech shows up. Nope. Oh well. Another time, perhaps. This is the altar of wind from which the power of wind flows forth. This is Warmech. No, it's not. It's Fire Hydra. Alright, and that's that. So that is all the 4 crystals done. So, like I say, the job for the next few episodes is going to be doing those bonus dungeons. So there's 4 of the standard ones, and then the Labyrinth of Time, and then on to the final dungeon after that. So I reckon maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 more episodes of this. All being well. And we'll see how things go. So, just remains for me to say today, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.
Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please help out the channel by leaving a like or a comment and subscribing. Be sure to check out moegamer.net for new articles on Japanese and Japanese-inspired video games, new and old, every weekday. Every month, Moe Gamer features an in-depth exploration of an individual game or series as its cover game, so be sure to check the archives to see if your favourite has had a deep dive yet. If you'd like to support the site directly, please consider becoming a patron or buying me a coffee. You can find links to do both down in the video description. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.